Gemini. It's time for your mid-month check-in. How's it going so far? I'm Finn. This is Magic 7 Tarot. A couple of weeks ago, I did a personal new moon or lunar return reading for you. And at that time, I saw, that you'd been working really hard and achieved some success. Some success was coming for you. And I think the phrase that came to mind was to shine brightly. If you haven't seen that reading, you can go back and have a look at it. And now this is the mid-month check-in. So this is now, the moon is now gone around and it's a full moon, a personal full moon. So it's opposing Gemini. The moon is now in Sagittarius. So just like in life, when the full moon happens, sometimes things go crazy. And also we start to doubt our path. And so what I want to do is give you an update, give you some renewed energy and inspiration, and have you keep going. Because you had such a positive reading last time. I want you to stay on that course. So what I've done is done a 3-card reading. I did one Brotherhood of Light Tarot card, one archetype card, and one Sacred Destiny Oracle card. And I have not looked at them, so we'll pick them up now, and we'll go with whatever we see. Okay, so the energy that I have here is the 7 of Scepters. So this incredibly lucky card. Okay, it's not luck that happens by chance. It's like luck through hard work, like you make your own luck. Okay, it has to do with constructivity and benevolence. So good, good ideas, not ideas, applying good values to your situation. So you constructive, you're working hard. There's a lot of energy here. So this is 7 in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot is Sagittarius. So, and this is the Sagittarius decadent of Sagittarius. So this is a triple Sagittarius card, which is where the moon is opposite your Gemini placement right now. So all the Sagittarius energy. But, Sagittarius is a fire sign, and it goes really well, even though it's opposing Gemini. They're very complementary. You probably have friends who are Sagittarian, and you probably have a lot of fun with them. And which one of you talks more is really probably up for grabs, depending on the day or time. So constructive energy, benevolence. Are you teaching something? Are you writing something? Are you publishing something? This is definitively about teaching and publishing. And it could definitely be a great time to bring forth some of your ideas. Overdoing it. Okay, I just reflecting on this card. When I do a main reading, I spend about an hour, kind of touching the cards and giving some thought. So this is just off the top of my head here. So pardon me while I consider this. Uh, Sometimes this energy can get out of control because it's so, super wonderful, right? That person is so super wonderful that everyone wants to get away from them. Don't be that person, right? It can also be a bit antsy and um, impatient. Okay, so I don't want you to be impatient here. This represents, a lot of success, uh, and especially in the fields of expression. Okay, so if you have something to tell it constructively. If you're teaching someone something, good teachers are the people that are helping you learn. They're not bossing you around. I'm trying to think of like unsavory expressions for this, but this is a very positive card. And so keeping your aims on a high level. Okay, that's what I'll just say to it. It represents hard work, but it represents kind of constructive effort in those fields that I've mentioned: teaching, publishing, anything that brings philosophical ideas out to the public, uh, puts a perspective on something that's maybe extreme. The greatest thing about Sagittarius energy is it can communicate to all people. In a lot of respects, that's a lot like Gemini. And so, whereas Gemini is about pure ideas, Sagittarius tends to be about philosophy or spirituality, and not spirituality in some kind of theistic or religious way, but more, finding the deeper meanings. So look for deeper meanings. That's a very positive card. You had a positive reading last time, so I would have been surprised if I saw a lot of difficulties here. So, what archetype can you drop in this month, Gemini, to help you on your journey? what did I just say? The Destroyer. Ah, that sounds scary, doesn't it? The Destroyer. Cutting through the stuff, crap. Cutting the crap. That's what that says to me right off the top. When I think of Mars energy, and it's like the creator destroyer. What is that in Hinduism? Kali is the creator and the destroyer. Okay. So, wow. It's funny that those energies aren't really, wow, I'm just going to go with it. I don't question. I'm not making this up, right? This is what came up, and so we're going to just talk through it and have faith that the spirit is giving you what you need. Let me read this, okay? The destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. Okay, this aligns, right? What are you great at, right? Are you focused on what you're great at, or are you over here doing something less aligned with your real self, or not deep, superficial? That's what we're looking for. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happiness in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distant from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myth, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride, the destroyer has arrived. So swift and direct blows that redirect the life. Okay, so if you're not doing what you want to be doing, if you're not focused on the thing that gives you joy and success, if you're struggling, which you shouldn't be, realign those goals to this and get rid of the stuff you don't need. Okay? That's what that's saying to me. Don't get mired in some okay. So I said philosophy. So let's not just talk about it, right? Like Geminis could talk to the end of time, right? But this is not talk. This is saying action has to happen too. So if you're stuck thinking about it, as my dad said, get the lead out. Okay, what about some inspiration for Gemini? Truth. Well, there it is. Okay. You might have been able to convince yourself that one path was more important than another path. And now you're having to decide, and it's clear that some of the things that you've been engaged with, some of the relationships you've been involved with, some of the work you've been doing isn't really where you're at. And so this is saying get rid of the stuff that doesn't fit. And this says truth. I don't really need to read the truth card, but let's see if there's something in the truth card that gives us something. Be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things to know is what's true for you and what isn't. Sometimes it takes sincere silence to find your inner voice of truth. Once you find it, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Authenticity, okay? I mean, you're really great at some things, and there's other things maybe not as great. But this is indicating, this idea of constructive action, okay? No matter what it is that you're great at, let go of the stuff you're not, and really dive into that stuff that you are, and take action, constructive activity related to that. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you can't be yourself and can't be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly and the song of your soul to be heard in the universe. Gemini, the last reading we did was really positive. And what this is saying is you might have gotten a bit off track, okay, with your intentions. So bring it back to center, listen to your own truth, and follow those impulses. I hope it all works out for you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks and we'll do another intention setting at your new moon. Okay? Peace, Gemini.